BlackBusters.
What's cracking with the family? We are back with another episode of BlackBusters, the best movie review podcast in the world.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm your host, Biggjah, along with my co-host,
PTSD Tone.
Woo!
This movie brought a lot of pain back.
PTSD Tone.
A lot of pain back.
Man,
Yeah.
PTSD Tone. I love that.
Yeah.
And it's fitting, man. Before we get into that, of why it's fitting, I got to introduce a very special guest. He's blessing us with his presence today. My partner, my homeboy, brother Watts, homie Quan.
How y'all
Yes,
doing?
sir.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Watts
What's the
up,
deal?
my
Welcome.
nigga.
Welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Hey, thank
Appreciate
you
y'all.
for tapping in, bro. We talked about this, and we had another movie that we had first discussed, and you said you hit me on the phone like, bro, I really feel like I should be there for this one.
Yep.
And I 100% agree with you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It's very fitting. Family, if y'all don't know why it's fitting, I'm about to tell y'all. Watch Homie Quan is here on this episode of BlackBusters because we are reviewing the movie. Wake your punk ass up.
Gia.
Yeah,
Gia.
Menace II Society, family.
Oh.
We doing Menace II Society finally. And no better guest to have on the show but my boy Watts, homie Quan. Man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Hell
both
yeah.
of y'all.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes, sir.
Man.
Before we get into all that,
Yeah.
let me just give you your flowers, bro. You doing your shit, man.
Thank you.
Not just LA, not just California, but like the whole, I know for a fact on the whole United States at least. You know what I'm saying? You rocking with the hood. I've coined the type of stuff I do, the type of cinema I do and comedy I do is hood good comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I watch your shit, I see that as well, bro.
Mhm.
Thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying? You
Thank
capture the essence of the shit that we grew up accustomed to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And still, in a way, so if you still living on the block, you still accustomed to that shit too.
On me.
Hence the PTSD.
The PTSD. Yeah, I get it.
Hence
I
the
get it,
PTSD.
man. Yeah, man. I just love your work, bro. I'm a
Thank
fan of your work, bro. I'm
Thank
glad that and we just did some shit the other day, last week.
Yeah.
I think folks gonna really like, man. But and hopefully, and many more things we put together. All right?
For sure, man.
Hell yeah, man.
It's love on the same end, bro. Like just watch you. I seen this nigga years ago on a commercial with Method Man.
What?
Oh shit.
I was like,
Damn,
that's
yeah.
crazy, bro.
That's back in the
Like,
day.
Yeah,
Mhm.
bro. So like just working with this dude, man, it's been a pleasure, man. Like the nigga big, but bro got a good heart.
He got
I
a
appreciate it, man.
nice as a motherfucker.
Good
So
heart.
man.
It's,
Hey,
it's
why
cool,
not, man?
Yeah.
We need more nice big niggas, man. Yeah, bro.
That's right.
I said when I was a little
Yeah.
big nigga, I was
Yeah.
like, man, I can't wait to get big enough to be this change the texture and the tradition of the big nigga,
Yeah.
man.
If you ever ran for city council, that should be your poster. More nice big niggas.
More nice big niggas.
Right.
Big niggas.
Would you smile
Nice
in
big
it?
nigga gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what this world
Yeah.
needs. More nice big
Man.
niggas. I love it.
For sure.
I love it.
Absolutely, man. Well, I'm glad to be that person, man. I'm glad that you see me that way, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Let's get to it, man.
All right, come on.
And Menace II Society, bro.
Yeah, Menace.
Damn.
2
Now,
Society.
yeah. Now, this is probably not. As a kid, as a little boy, I watched Boys in the Hood,
Mm-hmm.
and that instantly was my favorite.
Yep.
Right.
Because I remember I felt like I was Ricky.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Morris Chestnut. But I remember he played ball. He was a young dude. He was nice, but he was like he didn't. And by the time he got older, he still didn't get involved with the gangbang and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But he was all around it.
Yep.
I could definitely relate to Trey and Ricky.
I thought I was Trey.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought I wanted to be. I went to the Fox Hills Mall to get some clothes.
Yeah.
And because Trey was my guy, and Furious, his daddy, reminded me of my daddy.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay,
and that's
Trey's
why
perfect.
Same thing. Trey, like, I always tell my people, tell the homies, like, man, my pops is Furious Styles, which is Lawrence Fishburne, Samuel Jackson with a splash of Morgan Freeman. You put those three men together, that's my pops.
Yeah.
Hell of a genome right there.
pop.
Yeah. So one of the reasons why I was definitely Trey or Ricky, but for sure Trey, because my pops was the man, the only father on the block.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even though I didn't live with him, like he would come visit and be that dad. Like he'll all the hood niggas across the street, next door, upstairs. He would introduce himself. Hey, yo, this is my son. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing? My name is Ola. And he was that dude. And all the dudes I knew that was like the menaces on the block. Revered my pops. Like, how you doing, my brother Ola? They call me brother Ola. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, that's how I started with the Boys in the Hood, and then Menace came out, bro. Yeah, I was a little older, and I said, "Oh, this topped it, man." Menace is probably that the best depiction of Black LA?
I would say so.
You think so?
Yeah. Because honestly, like the Hughes Brothers were inspired by, John Singleton and Boys in the Hood. That's why they needed something after that, because that was like the best film around the time. So they needed something after that, and basically, they was chasing that like, we need something like that. Right. So they tapped in with Tyler Williams and Ryan Williams. Ryan played Stacy inside the film, and he was best friends with the Hughes Brothers and went to college with them. Okay. And they was looking for some hood shit like that. We need like some hood stories. They like, hey, nigga, my brother write hood stories. So that's how they hooked them together and came up with that. So it wouldn't be a Menace without Boys in the Hood.
Of course. It wouldn't.
The two movies, to like use LA terms for me, like Boys in the Hood is a West Side movie. And Menace II Society is an East Side movie.
Perfect. Right? Perfect.
And if you grew up on the West Side, the East Side is terrifying. Right? You know what I mean? And that's how these two movies are. Boys in the Hood is a gritty drama, but you're safe pretty much until Ricky gets killed. Right?
Right.
Menace II Society is terrifying from the moment the credits drop to the moment the credits roll at the end. And it's very real. Right. Very real.
And that's what was needed, I feel like, because in a sense it gave it that Boys in the Hood more so is, all right, the shit that you face growing up through the hood, but the possibility of you making it. Menace II Society was what happens if you don't make it.
Right.
So you need both.
Exactly. Boys in the Hood was from elementary school to high school. They didn't graduate yet. They were seniors in high school.
That's a great point.
You know what I'm saying? And Ricky was taking the SATs. He was getting recruited. All that stuff. This is Boys in the Hood. I mean, Menace was the continuation that summer. Yeah. What happened that summer? And I remember, bro, that summer, man. I lived in San Diego when I was in high school. I went to high school. I lived with my pops. My mom sent me. I left LA, and my mom sent me to my dad. On some Boys in the Hood shit.
So this nigga really was straight.
Yeah, really,
really was straight.
The only reason why I say Ricky because he was an athlete, but Trey was for sure who I was. You know what I'm saying? My mom sent me to my dad, and that's the best thing she could ever did. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us, most black kids, black boys, don't have a father that lives out in Riverside or San Diego or out the city, so ain't nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember my cousin, Dub, hit his mom, my dad's little sister. She took him. He's the youngest. Like I'm the youngest. He's the baby of her family, of her kids. She took him and moved to San Diego. My oldest uncle, my brothers, my mom and dad, my uncle, my father's older brother lived in San Diego. He's the oldest. So all his younger kids, his siblings was taking their kids and moving them out the hood. And like my cousin Dub had been to YA a few times, and she was like, all right, nigga, you tripping. My older cousin Richard, his older brother, had went to jail, and then as soon as he got out of jail, he left and moved back to Ohio and then to Atlanta. So everybody was getting their kids, all their sons, really getting them out of there. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like, I was next, and because I was acting up, I went to 3 different middle schools in a semester.
Yeah, he was wild.
So you got to mention you went to Audubon.
I went to Audubon. Shout out to the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Audubon. Yeah, and that was where that's why I wanted to stay, but they kicked me out. And I went to Bret Hart, and that's come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't last a day. You know what I'm saying? Within the day, my mom didn't even get off the block before they called her.
Nigga, do you know what hood some schools is in, bro?
Yes.
Like, bro, like look, I'm gonna just say I want to shake your hand for even going into the office and getting your schedule at Bret Hart.
My mom didn't know.
Bret
I was
Hart,
like,
I
I knew it.
See,
and the thing is, I grew up on 94th in Vermont, so I was right there. But I went to school with all the. So we when I first moved back to LA, we was on 4th Ave. I went to 42nd.
Okay.
And so I knew everybody on that in that area, in the 40s, and then the Audubon. I knew everybody over there.
Yeah.
And then we lived on 94th in Vermont. We moved to 94th in Vermont. That's 50 some blocks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I knew my niggas on my block on 95th as well, but like you cross Vermont.
Yeah.
This is why
unless you got a family member over there, ain't no reason for you to be over there.
No, it ain't.
So that's what Bret Hart is. So I didn't know niggas over there. So I'm a new nigga pulling up, and they like within 3 hours, they were like, "Oh, Miss Pinkett, your son can't go.
He can't go here." This is why Menace II Society is so fucking triggering for me.
What?
So my dad's side grew up off of like six and rodeo, right? Grandma and them aunt stayed off of Somerset, right? Like, Santa Rosalia, right next to the Jays.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Grew up in Pasadena, right? Like, but in summers and breaks, they just bring me down to my grandma's house, right? Like, so I'd either be off of 6 or I'd be off of Somerset. You get bored in the house.
Oh, man.
And so you want to go out. So you either want to hop on a bus to go play ball at a park, but there's rules to every park.
Yeah.
There's rules to every bus line.
Yeah.
There's rules to every mall. There's rules to everywhere that you go, right? And Menace II Society, just the wardrobe reminds me of
That's it.
trying to decipher where the fuck I am and what can I get away with here.
Right.
Yeah.
Am I balling at the wrong park?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just here to play ball, but like the way that Caine and they was catching licks, right? Like the way that they was
like nothing,
willing to beat your ass, like it wasn't no thing, like all of that. And everybody that ever sweated me or I saw knock a nigga out or do something reminds me of the characters from Menace II Society.
Yeah.
Everybody over there in that movie had, I know somebody. I know 4 or 5 of each character.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe 30, 40, 50
4 or 5
of the game hanging niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, so we ain't even got to the movie yet, but I do gotta ask, like, you're from Watts.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Boom. And what high school you go to?
I went to the West Side. I went to Westchester. Then I went to Washington Prep. And then after Westchester and Washington Prep, I went to a continuation school. Well, first I went to a charter school on Florence and 8th Ave, College Ready No. 7. Then I got into a fight before my graduation. Then I had to go to a continuation school called South Central Saya on 35th and Central. And that's where I graduated from.
All right. So you from Watts.
Yeah.
Like a lot, like my cousin. My cousin from Watts. I'm from South Central. Most of the people I know from Watts, niggas, dudes, young boys, did not go to Lock High.
Oh yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you wasn't.
And that's
going to
right there.
Yeah,
that's the school you go to if you from Watts.
They was going to Jordan. They was gonna go to Jordan and Watts, and depending on that, you gonna use your auntie address to go to the West side.
Yeah, that's what
your mom gonna do.
To the West side.
Right.
Your mom gonna use somebody's address.
Homeboy, one of my teammates, man,
to get you at Audubon.
Right. And we was
get
there,
you at Audubon.
So my mom, going to Audubon was cool in comparison to the other schools I went to.
Yeah.
In comparison to Bret Hart, and then I went to John Muir.
Oh,
you know what I'm
damn,
saying?
nigga, you went to the top 3.
Yeah.
So,
that's gladiator school.
Nigga, so
you gotta fight every day.
And then facts or run.
Yeah.
And you tired of
running.
fighting, or you tired of fighting. Sometimes,
oh no, it's like bro.
But either way, it's like, man, all right, what kind of energy I got today?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What kind of shoes I got on today?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Damn, bro. So especially if you ain't banging, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I'm cool with a lot of niggas, but I'm also traveling from, you know what I'm saying, Slauson and Vermont to 94th Vermont.
To travel.
Yeah.
That's what used to. That was the trigger.
The bus, you missed the bus, nigga. Your heart started beating.
That was the.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
That's so real, John. It was, and like, let's state the obvious, right? Like, I'm noticeably square. But I love basketball and I love bitches, especially during that time period,
Right,
right?
of course.
So I'd take a bus. I'd take a bus into no man's land.
Yes.
Right? Like, for some girl I met at Magic Mountain or a field trip and she, or at church, vacation Bible school or some shit. You know what I mean? And like, so the travel used to, because you know the rules of your pocket. Yeah. You can still get sweated in your pocket, for sure. But but neighbors know you. That's such and such son.
It's only mountain.
You know what I mean? Like, they know your daddy. Or they know your honor. They went to school with you, so you can get. You got your hall pass sometimes for your own hood.
Right.
But when you wanted to venture out to like Rogers Park to go ball, or you know what I mean, or someplace else,
it's a fathom of who the fuck you know.
This is when the terror came, and like you just can't be a citizen without a passport. Even at that young age that I was doing it. Yeah, right. Like that's why Good Kid, Mad City rings true.
That's super true.
You know what I'm saying? Like who you here to see. Yeah. You know what I mean? You walked up in somebody's apartment building, casual with your best fit on.
Hey man, you at the house? Yeah. I'm about to come over. Yeah. I gotta make sure you home.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Meet me outside in the front.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
This and the funny thing about this shit, like they got a little easier now, but bro, back when we was catching the bus, nigga, we ain't had no map quest, none of that. You either have to write that shit down or know where you was going to have that bus schedule.
Yep. And don't get derailed. And hop off the bus and get chased somewhere. Now you gotta find out how I get. And if you can't sneak on the bus, bro, you gotta have a bread. I didn't have no bread. I'm a bus sneaker. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, back door. Wait for that back door to open.
Hop in that thing.
Yeah, just wait for that back door to open.
And
then you hop off the bus and your way to get home is 30 minutes longer.
Yeah.
Because you sitting here like, damn. Or you at the bus stop, or you on the bus and you pull up to a spot, they waiting.
I mean, they waiting at the bus stop
waiting to press. You keep going. Fuck that, nigga.
Here's how.
You gotta walk around. Yeah. That's another 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and you know what I'm saying? And we just setting the backdrop for the film. Yeah. But those were the choices. I'd get on the bus and I should be sitting right next to the bus driver. That's where I belong. Right?
You'll be on the
That's
cool
where I
shit,
should
though,
be.
going to the
But
back.
Everybody else is in the back.
In the back.
And I'm in the back and either I'm gonna catch a pass or I'm gonna catch some hell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was just that. And it could be just somebody noticing you.
Right.
You just next to them. Because that's where the kids are sitting and just all of a sudden lock eyes with somebody and he don't know who you are.
He on you.
Or on me.
Or if he just smell that fear, if you like,
yeah.
Oh, I got him.
He got you. I got him.
Yeah.
He worried.
Yeah. And that's man, oh my God, you bring up such a great point. Because it's half a second in that stare that either says like prey, predator, or neutral. Right? Yeah. So like when you make eye contact, the way you if you hold it for too long, that's threatening. If you look away too quickly, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Right.
I got you. You're a pork chop.
So it's the exact math of how to
it's seconds.
How to gauge it. You got to know how to gauge it.
That bus ride is a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Now, see, I was a dude that
so crazy.
Nigga on the bus by himself.
Crazy.
I would ride the bus home from school. Since the third grade. So I'm 8. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid that if a nigga was by himself, I know where he's from. I see him all the time. He don't say shit. Because it's me. And then he be with 2-3 motherfuckers.
Then that's when the nigga
now all of a sudden he's super extra.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, nigga? Bro, I seen you yesterday on the same bus, bro. You ain't say nothing. So I was a nigga that would catch niggas by themselves and whoop their ass after they jumped on me.
Yeah.
By themselves. You know what I'm saying? And I don't take that route. I don't take Vermont up no more. I just take Western. For like a week. You know what I'm saying? Because them niggas will be waiting for me. You know what I'm saying? So
crazy shit.
Anyhow, man, we can talk about this shit for
all day.
But this is the environment.
This is a preface for the movie Menace II Society.
This is the environment. All of that terrifying shit that we just casually discussed with humor. Right. Is the environment that this movie is set in.
Yeah. And so Menace II Society is a film written by Alan Hughes, Aubrey Hughes, and Tiger Williams.
Yeah.
Directed by Aubrey Hughes and Alan Hughes, the Hughes Brothers. Shout out to y'all. I would love to meet y'all one day. I got 1,001 questions to ask you. I'm sure both of us do. You know what I'm saying? Tyrin Turner is Caine, the main character. Tyrin Turner, who murdered this project, man. Larenz Tate did an amazing job as O-Dog.
As O-Dog.
He did.
And these is two 17-year-old and 18-year-old young boys. The movie starts off with Tyrin Turner, who plays Caine, graduating from high school.
Yep.
We're finishing his last day before we, you always finish a week before you graduate a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And now it's the summer. It's the summer of '93. And Caine is done with school. He's done with high school. Now he's trying to figure out what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Or is he? Or he might just be like, all right, I need to give me some more bread. I need to give me a whip. Yeah. And he's just happy to be out done with school. Yeah. And his best friend is O-Dog, who's like a year younger than him, half a year or something like that, played by Larenz Tate. Yeah. And this is basically the summer of '93. High school is done. And he's out and trying to enjoy his summer.
They just out chilling.
That's how it starts. So it starts off at the beginning, them Caine and O-Dog walking into a liquor store up the block from where they from.
Yeah. Hurry up and buy.
Like I remember that. Yep. This movie is basically a handbook, or just
it's like a documentary.
A documentary of basically growing up in LA.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so and I'm sure other places in the world, in the country that's not LA can relate as well. Yeah. But for sure.
But this shit was unique.
This is unique specifically for.
And not only that, this shit was unique, and you guys know this. The shit that, I mean, every hood, every ghetto has its problems, no doubt. Yeah. But the shit that became kind of like the default setting for like a lot of these hoods was from our exports of LA, right? People leaving LA, going to places like Little Rock,
Texas,
and bringing
that West Coast hood,
that narrative, that story, that all of that shit. Yeah. So like this movie is very specific to Los Angeles,
right? And so Caine and O-Dog are in the liquor store. The owner of the liquor store says something smart, like, I feel sorry for your mother. Yeah. It sets O-Dog off. Yeah. Now, we know O-Dog is a teenager. Yeah. But O-Dog is offended. He get mad, shoot dude in the face. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of and that's overreacting, of course. Yeah. But a lot of niggas, like, I grew up with niggas I knew since second grade. That by the time we was in middle school, they was already shooting niggas. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas was mad.
Right. And so
easily triggered.
Like early teen, 13, 14 years old. O-Dog 17. So he shoots this dude, and that's how it kicks off that. So now he go in the back, he kills a woman in there, he gets the surveillance tape, he kills her. Yeah. And they both flee the scene. Yeah. And now this nigga O-Dog kept the tape and showing all the homies back at the crib.
What do you think was his mentality for keeping the tape?
It was like, all right, like, okay, like on the east side, being where I'm from, like, I mean, people on the west side wear them too, but like the Rolex chains. Basically, it was kind of like that, in my opinion. It's like a hood trophy.
His trophy.
Like when you got you a Rolex chain, or you got a car, or you got loot, you got whatever, nigga, it's a trophy. Like you looked at it as like, okay, you one of them. O-Dog had a mentality, I just don't give a fuck. Yep. Like the whole time, like, and that was a lot of people. I identify my father in him, because my father started gangbanging at 14 years old, but my pops was already like around it because his brothers was gangbanging, so he started to see it at 8 years old. So my pops had that mentality, nigga, like, I'm tired, nigga, like, I'm gonna be one of them, and I ain't gonna give a fuck. I'm gonna vow myself to be nigga the coldest, and that's O-Dog. Like, that's a lot of people from our section's mentality, because you gotta think about everything that go on. It's like you either pray or you a hunter. Like, you get tired of getting picked on, you get tired of your homies getting shot up, or you getting tired of certain shit. Whether it's the police fucking with you, whether it's like the black and the browns getting into it or whatever. It's like the cards are always against you, and you tired of being hungry, seeing niggas dangle food in your face or dangle shit in your face, and you ain't got it.
Which is what the insult was in the store. Yeah. Right. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of every time I come in here, you sweating me, you phasing over.
Exactly.
They didn't do nothing wrong.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
They started drinking the beer too early. Yeah. But that's what they paying for.
Yeah. And around that time, when they did that was during the 92 riots after the Rodney King verdict and all that shit. So the tensions was already high between blacks and the Asians, and all that in the store. So it was already that energy. But he like, nigga, I already know why you following me around the store. Yeah. And in a sense, all old dog needed was a reason.
Yeah,
all he needed was a
and
reason.
They gave it to him.
Yep.
They paid him, got his change, and they walked out.
Yep.
That was it. And everybody would have went home safe. Yeah. But the nigga had to say some goofy shit, and
that was it.
Didn't know that was. The riots just happened. Like you said, the riots just happened.
Yep.
Y'all should be on eggshells. You should be happy that your shit's still popping.
Yeah, they didn't burn down your store.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So at that point, he was begging for it. He didn't deserve it, of course. And neither did the woman that was following them around.
Yeah.
But he begged for that shit.
It was that kind of story.
Like, so the tape was everybody out there is killers.
Mm-hmm.
I could prove it. I could prove I am.
I'm one of them.
It's my trophy.
This is, you know what I'm saying? So just because the nigga said something slick, I knocked his head off and the broad in the back.
Yep.
So that's how much I don't give a fuck. Right. Unfortunately, that's how a lot of niggas feel. Yeah. And there's conversation later on in the movie that kind of give you the understanding of how old dog feels and his mentality. Yeah. But that's how the movie starts off. And now they suspects. Mm-hmm. But the suspects without a murder weapon and without a surveillance.
Yeah.
So
nothing ties
on. Yeah. Nothing. So they chilling.
Yeah.
So now they introduce more characters. Yeah. He goes to a house party to celebrate like graduation, or it could just be a house function.
Yep.
He's excited to see everybody. He go over there with his cousin Saphir. The rapper Saphir, shout out to him. Who played Harold?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Harold from Long Beach, and who was with it, and Caine is narrating the story, the whole everything, and he's explaining to you every character that he comes across.
Yep.
Right.
This is me. You know what I'm saying? I sell drugs. You know, I learned from Purnell, my big homie. That was my dad's little homie. You know what I'm saying? And it shows you shows you how he got to who he was.
Yeah.
His father was a killer.
Yep.
His father was a gambler. His father was his mom was a junkie. Was a junkie. And so he was born in that. He saw his first dead body at 7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By his father.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even the last time he seen
inside
like
their house.
Inside their house.
So you gotta wake up, sleep, and remember that shit every day.
Every time he walk past the hallway, the living room, he gonna remember my dad killed that man.
Yeah.
And so that's trauma. You know what I'm saying? His dad ended up dying.
PTSD.
PTSD trauma.
PTSD.
Yeah. So
all the way through.
All the way through.
And so the movie starts where he's like, he's what, 7?
Yeah, 7.
Now he's 18. So a whole decade later, he's alive still. He just finished school. And he's just basically he's not even a game banger. He's a product of LA.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of times in LA, you don't have to be from a set. You don't have to be a blood, a Pyru, a local, nothing like that. You can just be a nigga from LA, and that's scary enough.
Scary enough.
You know what I'm saying? Because they never really established if Old Dog was from a set or nothing like that. He was just a villain, nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, if you keep it 1,000 with you, the niggas he was around was from Grape Street. Because MCA really from Trag New,
right?
You know, Compton Crib,
right?
But if you look at the scene when they in the alley with the smoker, niggas in the background wearing purple, right? Real Grape Street members. He hang with them. Caine grandparents stayed in the Jordan Down project.
Yeah, that's great.
They from Grape Street,
right,
without saying it, but they from Grape.
And if you from LA, you know that.
Caine was just a nigga that was, like you said, like the Kendrick Lamar of the group. Like I'm affiliated by my association, and I grew up here, so like I got that hood card on me.
And I'm still dangerous because I'm out here pulling legs.
Right.
Like, I sell my dope. I'm strapped. I will jack you. Right. Like, I'm looking for opportunity. But that is very interesting about Menace II Society, how gangbanging, which was a huge part of the early, mid to late 90s in LA, is in the backdrop.
Yeah.
Right? Like, like nobody used cuz, nobody used blood. There are no hand signals or whatever. But it's there, but it's not.
Yeah. Right. You identify it.
If you're from the city, you know. Exactly.
I wonder if like the studio made them scrub it. Right? Like, like if they got the script, like, how like the financiers might be like, okay, everything else is okay, but the studio is taking a hard position against gangbanging. Yeah. So you got to remove the gangbanging and all of that stuff. The only rag that I saw was when they was pulling the drive by at the end of the movie, and they had to rack on the clips. That's the only time I saw colors
like twice.
Yeah,
so we knew. So we knew he was hanging with Chris, and he said in the movie Jordan Down Projects. So we know exactly what that said.
Where they were.
You don't have to.
And they showed like when they turned on Grape Street.
It was Grape Street.
And to let you know, the Hughes Brothers and them, they wanted a location. They wanted to scout Watts, and they scouted Watts. So they saw the projects like, oh yeah, this is it. So what they did was they went over there, wanted to film. You know, in the hood, when you want to film in the hood, you got to have community liaisons, which is the OGs from the sections that will allow you to film in there so it's no bullshit. Either you pay them or you put them in it. So what they did was they put real gang members inside the film as background and community liaisons there. So that's why you'll notice when they was walking through the projects, he was like, hey, I got the address on them fools. He was like, let's do this. Like, them was real niggas from Grape Street all behind them and inside the alleyway. So it was no background actors that they put in the clothes. They had to really get the Grape Street to be a part of it. That's such a great point.
Because I noticed that when I was watching on this last rewatch, I was like, there's a gang of niggas in the background all the time. All the time. Like every scene, like if they on the porch, it's like 15 niggas on the porch. Like there was a gang of just activity happening behind the scenes in like every shot.
That's how it was. And that's authentic. That's to the how shit really is. Shit really is like that. Where you go outside, and there's everybody outside. It's 15 niggas across the street. There's 8 niggas over here shooting dice. It's 7 niggas over there slap boxing and shit like that. And it's always niggas outside. And so either you're going to be on the porch or you're going to be outside. And so even with Caine wasn't innocent initially, but he still wasn't on that shit. Right. And even the old dog was like, hey, you finally starting to come around and fuck with us, okay? And that's and shit like that happened when they stopped at that red light and they jacked Harold. They killed Harold. The things change, and a lot of times that's how things do. Like, nigga, I feel like they shot me, they blew my cousin head off. I'm not gonna wait around for another time, my nigga. I'm strapping up. Matter of fact, I'm going to get those niggas.
And the good part about it though, even through all that shit, Caine still had a good car. He was like, nigga, I'm not killing no kids. I'm not killing no I'm not. I just want the niggas that did this.
Yeah, yeah, the code.
That. So like, I respected that, even though, you know, that is not the thing to say or to want to like go with, but like, all right. He still had a code of ethic and respect with what he wanted to do. Saying like, I ain't gonna kill no women and no kids. He's like, who the fuck gonna be old outside? But at midnight, he ain't care though. Like old dog didn't care.
Old dog didn't care.
He never saw. But who cared about old dog?
Right.
Who cared about old dog? And that's where
old dog's community was the guys.
It was the guys.
It was the guys.
He didn't have shit else. He was the youngest nigga out of the group that pretty much was with all the bullshit that the older niggas could get to do shit. That's why it's like AWAX was the scandalous nigga that more so that would persuade you to do some shit.
At that point he was a G.
Yeah, like he was like nigga, he did too much burnt out shit. Like, all right, let me influence these young niggas to do this shit. So,
let me go drive the car. You know what I'm saying? Drop these niggas off, pick them back up, do y'all stuff and get back on it.
Cause they was still in the car, nigga, for him and punk ass Chauncey.
Right.
Cause it wasn't even for them niggas.
Yeah.
It's for young.
So he recruited them for it.
Right.
Like he
fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So so the murder, robbery at the beginning of the movie. Yeah. The next situation was Harold getting killed.
Yep.
Harold gets killed and Caine gets shot. Yeah. And he lives. But now old dog comes to him like, hey bro, I know exactly what the niggas at now. We got to drop these niggas, man. Revenge, you with it?
Revenge.
Down for 187?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm with it. I think if this was just a random homie getting killed, he like, bro, y'all handle that. This is his cousin, his blood cousin. Right. And he was like, nah, man, I'm involved now. They shot me and killed my cousin. I'm getting that revenge too. Yeah. And so they came up on the little burger spot, saw these niggas. Nigga had the full out shotty, bro. Yeah. He obliterated the first nigga. Yeah. That nigga was gone.
I love the way MC8 handled his.
Yeah.
Hey, homie, you all right?
Hey, you need some help.
You need some help. Boom, boom, boom.
Come on, niggas.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, for sure. And here's the thing. Definitely not glorifying the crime activity and violence and shit. At the same time, growing up in it, I know a lot of times these niggas be feeling stuck.
Real life,
and they don't know nothing else. Like my father wasn't tat.
Yeah,
my father was a hood nigga, but he was a former he an ex-con and all that.
Yeah.
But by the time I came around, I'm the youngest. He was a deacon at a church.
Yeah.
He was more like Lawrence Fishburne from
Boys in the Hood.
Imagine that guy being your father.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hence, Mr. Butler played by Charles S. Dutton. Mm-hmm. He was a school teacher. Mm-hmm. And his son was Sharif. Yeah. And Sharif, he introduced Sharif dope too. Sharif was a knucklehead as well initially. Yeah. Then he went to YA.
Sharif was real dope.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then he got his life together, and now he found Allah. He found Allah. Mm-hmm. And so now he was going too hard though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times he also was young. He was the same age as them. Yeah. He didn't know how to. You got to be able to talk to your peers,
right?
Like they your peers. Not like you sheep, not like you just always preaching to them. Yeah. They don't want to hear that shit. So anytime you open your mouth, they close their ears.
Yeah, they already closed off from that shit.
But Mr. Butler gave him a whole different way of thinking. He wasn't preaching to him like his grandfather, right, or Sharif,
right.
He was
a real one.
He caught him on his level and was like, "All right, man, this is, I understand, man. You want to smoke your weed, this and they want to chase the girl. Like get all that.
Let me just get some barbecue, and then aside from this." Let me come, rap to you. Yeah. The lack of backstory for Sharif, because originally Tupac was supposed to be in this movie, right? And he was supposed to play the character of Sharif. Yeah. And apparently it was very important for him to know why, or put in the script, why Sharif became a Muslim. Yeah. And they wasn't really rewriting the script in such a way that he wanted, which ultimately led to conflict and him being off the movie.
Right.
Yeah. But in a sense, I get 2 points. I get the Hughes Brothers points. Like, it doesn't matter. Just, we're not here. Like, he's a piece of it. He's not the full story. But coming from Tupac's perspective, it's like, okay, but why did he turn Muslim? Like, what was all the shit that he went through? Let me know the background. Coming from being a Panther and different things, he need
that was important
depth of, you know what I'm saying, of context. Like, okay, what? Right. How did it end up here? I understand that, but like they don't understand because they didn't have the same background Pac had as a Panther.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
It's like he wanted that character to be portrayed on there more so showing him like how they showed Caine. For one, Caine never had a fucking choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's PTSD and his childhood traumas. Okay, his pops was a dope dealer. His pops killed niggas. His mom was a druggie, so he never got to really see her clean and shit. You see his dad beat her ass for using up his dope that he had to go sell. Right. You know, all the hood niggas, their house was the kick-it spot. It was pretty much like a dope spot.
Yep. Right. Yep.
So he never really had structure of shit.
No structure.
But it showed that he wanted, I need that for that character too.
Because I'm playing it. Tupac, he's not happy to be there. He's Tupac. So he's not like the kind of dude that's like, hey man, I land this role. I ain't ask no questions.
It gotta make sense for me.
Yeah, but Tupac like, man, I want some depth to my character.
And if Pac is in the movie, it's a totally different movie.
Yeah.
Because Pac would it would have been really great to see Pac and Larenz Tate's old dog on camera together. Because old dog is a powerhouse in this movie. Right? Like so believable. Like Larenz Tate could have came from Juilliard and then been like, man, this motherfucker's an amazing actor. Because I believe he was like right there on the block. Now you put Pac in that and you've got that kind of great actor's energy. All the other actors are acting, right? But nobody's really like amazing like old dog and maybe Pac would have been. Right? So I think if you put Pac in it, it changes the movie.
But you don't think old dog was amazing?
I think old dog was amazing. I think old dog was incredible.
Larenz, that is.
I think that like if you put Pac in as Sharif, old dog and Sharif are going to dwarf Caine. Right? In terms of their skill as an actor. And we need Caine to be the leading man.
Right.
And so if you're the lead, old dog steals the movie, basically, from Caine. We get it's Caine's story, but old dog's the nigga in this movie. Right? It's 100%. Now, if you put Pac in there as Sharif, there's no oxygen left for Caine.
I love this conversation.
There's no oxygen left for Caine to be the guy.
because I think that it was supposed to be that way. I think
definitely.
Definitely. because Caine was the homie that wasn't active.
Yeah.
He was selling dope here and there. That's a little different. He wasn't on the front line. He wasn't busting missions and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Old Dog was a young, crazy nigga. Even he said it. Old Dog just don't give a fuck. A-Wax is a G that he didn't got heavy bodies. Now he tired of killing niggas. He want to see other young niggas do it now. It sounds silly, but these are how hood niggas be thinking.
Real life.
A lot of the time, because it's all good. A lot of time, you not worth nothing. You ain't nobody unless you catch a body.
Yeah.
A lot of times, nigga, have you bust your gun, cuz? Blood, nigga, whatever.
Right.
Some of that. So, if that's why that tape was so important to Old Dog, because he was glorifying, hey, nigga, I do that. I kill niggas just for saying dumb shit to me. What you think I'm gonna do to a nigga that's tripping?
Yeah.
So that was his trophy.
Yeah.
He don't play football. He don't play basketball. He don't run track. So he don't have nothing to be proud of. But
that's his skill set.
And a lot of niggas be like, bro, hey, what you do for a living? I gangbang, my nigga.
Yep, real life, wholeheartedly.
I crip, my nigga. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a blood, homie.
Hey,
that's what I do.
Could you dial it back just a little bit? PTSD is kind of.
Oh, nigga. Hey, I remember. I got a joke, nigga. I got a character on my set called Rodine. And this is a real nigga that said this, but I changed the name, obviously. I remember that, this is career day and all that shit. And people come to your school. Hey, Quan, what you want to do for you? What you want to do when you grow up? I said I want to play in the NFL. Yeah. I was 8 years old, 8 or 9. I want to play in the NFL. As my homeboy, he said, I want to be a Crip. That's what he said. Nigga, this is third grade Miss D. Martinez's class at 42nd. Yeah. And the white person didn't even know it was a fireman. He didn't even know what a Crip was. He was like, well, what's that? What was that?
Yeah,
a game. You know what I'm saying? I want to be from 40s. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, he still didn't know what he was talking about. Yeah. And the other kids laughing and joking. And,
I'm serious, nigga.
My cousin from 40s. All kinds of shit. Now, I remember him saying that. So fast forward to me in my set, in my comedy set, I have that in there. Like, some people, all they know is that.
Yeah.
My daddy was a Crip or a Blood. My mom was this. My mom was that. I don't know nothing else. And I don't have no other mentors. My mentors is showing me how to hold a gun. Show me how to load a mag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what else I'm gonna do but this?
Yeah.
Imagine my father taught me other shit. If my father was on that,
that's what you would have been.
And the thing about it is crazy. And I gotta have a real truthful moment. We're the only ones that get condemned for being taught these things, whether it's loading a gun or how to have street smarts. But white people aren't, because there's videos I done seen. White people teaching their kids how to load their guns, shoot fast, and target in the woods, and all that shit, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But when it's on us, it's looked bad. I don't take it as that. I don't say push your kids into violence, but as far as defending themselves, whether it's martial arts, learning how to fight to protect themselves, learning how to work a gun in case of an emergency, they're well equipped. Because with all the crazy shit going on in the world, you need to be prepared. Everybody in your family,
you're 15 years old and don't know how to handle a firearm.
You need to. So it's like it's just. It's when it's on us, is we're always the aggressors and everything always looks bad.
It's always it's cool when you do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's that type of thing.
Right.
Yeah, man. And so a lot of times when a kid, imagine a boy growing up on the east side or west side.
Yeah.
And he didn't got jack for his J's, he didn't got jack for his jacket, his Raider jacket, or whatever. This jacket. Is all starter jacket, this is all 90s shit.
PTSD.
He gonna start carrying the gun.
Yeah, he tired.
And so, and let's say you a youth outreach program leader, and you be like, hey man, why you carrying the gun, man? You I don't even gangbang, bro, but the other niggas do.
Yeah.
So this is for my protection. Now you don't need that. How you gonna tell me, bro? You don't live where I live.
You don't walk where I walk, bro.
This going to the laundromat, I'm a sitting duck without a piece. So how do you tell that 17-year-old, 15-year-old, 14-year-old boy does not carry that gun?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how he just seen his older brother get laid down, his cousin get laid down, his mom get robbed. My mom came home with glass in her hair because they robbed. They broke the window, reached in and snatched her purse out, and took both her and her coworkers' purse. It's a lunch break. It's during the broad daylight.
Yeah. There's no viable remedy to dealing with pain.
Yeah.
Right? Like, like nobody in any of these movies, whether it be, you know, can deal with that trauma in like a healthy way.
Right.
It has to be channeled.
Right.
And a lot of times it gets channeled through rage and retribution. Right. And then it's that vicious cycle. Right. That vicious cycle. Like, you know, how do Caine and them get done in the evening? Retribution for some shit that he did. Right. Like, you know, like everything fucking boomerangs. Yeah. Everything boomerangs. And what's interesting is that, and these niggas have to live regular life. Anybody, like I was watching the movie, you know, out of all of Caine's conflicts, all the shit that he pulled, any one of them motherfuckers could have been the one that came back around. Yeah. Right? The nigga that he took the rims and Dayton's from. Oh, my right? God. Yeah, he was positioned as a square, but he could have had a homie like O-Dog. Right? Like, you know, like anybody that flexed on could have came around that corner at the end. You know what I mean? Like life was just that fragile.
Yeah. He was, a lot of times, he was like, man, either I'm going to be a sheep like I was with Harold. Yeah. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be a wolf. Yeah. And so now I'm on my wolf shit. Yeah. It's not right. Yeah. But I saw a nigga with some Daytons. I want those. I need those. Yeah. Because
it's a status. It's a piece of status. You got these things in the hood, like you were looked at as like, okay, oh, that's him. He really doing this shit. Yeah. So that's why this movie was needed, because it gave you so many different perspectives of what it's like to grow up here. Right. That's why it was dope with the cast and shit of the movie. Like, I would have loved to see Tupac, but at the same time, I'm happy it wasn't Pac, because also, even though he was a revolutionary, I couldn't see Pac being that much of weak in a sense with his homies. Like, Pac is a born leader. Yeah. Right. And in a sense, not like that, but them niggas was kind of punkish. Like, nigga, you ain't getting no play. I couldn't see Pac getting fronted on the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, or nigga like, get your ass up off that motherfucker and give me a brew. Nigga ain't gonna talk to Tupac like that. Yeah. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That ain't gonna work.
I couldn't see that. But the whole casting shit, the whole story behind that, when they argued and then he caught them niggas down in the bay, fought them. But like with Tyrin Turner and Larenz Tate really wasn't gonna be in that movie.
They had a big nigga. They had initially he was supposed to be a bigger dude, a bit more menacing, scary nigga. Okay. Then they was like, that don't really make sense though.
And his audition tape was a reject tape. So the Hughes Brothers asked, like, hey, let's watch the reject tapes. And basically Larenz Tate was already big somewhat in Hollywood off of the television shows he did. Okay. And so he had pretty much of a Disney face. So he still had the old dog hair, but he had more so of a
baby face, young
nigga. You seen Frankie Lyman? That movie, Why the Fools Fall in Love? Yeah. He kind of had a kid face.
That baby face
killer. So they saw it. They saw the tape. It was like, all right, let's bring him in. Brung bro in. Ja already know the story. I already know him. They brung that nigga in, and what won him over was because he's from Chicago. Right. So he got his character's depiction from niggas he saw growing up in Chicago that was hood, but put the LA twist on it. So when he went in the audition, give me this motherfucking script, like went in there like that, and they had the dice scene. And he ad-libbing the same shit. Oh, God damn it. Yeah. And giving them the LA shit, they like, that's him. We need him. Beastly. And it made him more menacing because this nigga with this nice, sweet face that don't look like he'll blow your shit off, but it's dangerous.
Yes. That's why when you go into an apartment complex, there be these little ass young niggas like, hey, nigga, what's happening, bro? Yeah. And people like, you 32 years old and you scared of this 16-year-old.
Calling him sir.
Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Mr. Tony?
Mr. Tony. Mr. Tony. I'm here, Mr. Tony. Tony is that nigga.
I'm Mr. Tony.
Yo, Tony. Yes. Yeah, hey. Because those young dudes are savages, man. They don't know nothing else but destruction. So even at that age, he might look like a kid. You know what I'm saying? With a baby mustache. But he don't give a fuck about nothing else because he don't even like the conversation that the grandfather had with Caine and Old Dog on the couch. He was like, "We are doing with your lives, man. God didn't put y'all here to do this." Yeah. And the Old Dog says, "Sir, respectfully, I don't believe that God cared too much about us, or else he wouldn't have us in this shit." And so, and of course, as a grown man, I'm like, bro, you got to be thinking, you got to be smarter than that. Yeah. But
at the same
time, he's 16. He don't know nothing else but this. And he like, man, why would God put us in this situation? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if he's not gonna protect me, I'm gonna protect myself by being a villain though.
That's what I was thinking about, man. Like when I was thinking about this movie, you know, one of my boy has that raps has a line. He's a rapper from LA, and he's like, you know, I never lived that life, but damn sure, you know, I lived in it. Right?
Right.
And so that's my perspective, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so everything I understand via proximity.
Right.
Right? Like, you know, proximity to the shit that's going on. It's one thing to be in proximity, it's another thing for that to be your box. Like that to be your life. Right? Like, you know, like I was never hungry. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I was never, you know, I never like felt poor, right?
Yeah.
So I always felt like I had options. So I didn't have to even like fall into it. I knew to get the fuck out. But like, if your life is that narrow, right? And there's pain and trauma and proximity and retribution and like lawlessness and you know what I mean? Like the way that hardens you. You know what I mean? And then to be young.
Right.
To be stupid. Right? Like, you know, not stupid in the sense of not smart, but like immature.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, to just I'm young, I'm reckless, I don't give a fuck, I'm immature. Like that's a potent combination.
Yeah.
That's it just that potent combination of people like that just running into each other kinetically in the streets.
Yeah.
Just like just a regular
a lot of misguided souls
at Popeyes, right? Just colliding.
Right.
And that collision has a ripple effect. Because what happens there, you know, so it's just it's Menace. And that's what Menace does. Like as an adult, when Menace came out, when I was like, you know, in high school and shit, I loved it because it was awesome. It wasn't a whole lot of black shit. Watching it now as an adult, I came away very sad watching this movie. Right. This movie was not entertaining to me. It was very real. And I'm in the eyes and perspective that I look at it now, it's just like, fuck, man, like, you know, and like who's taking care of the survivors of this era?
Right.
Where are the survivors of these heroes? Who made it out? Who survived? Because that shit was fucking real for a long time.
What's his name? What's Ronnie's son's name? Little man. He's a survivor.
Yeah, my boy
Anthony.
Boy. Yeah, that's my boy Millie. He's a he worked with a grip of companies. He's a stylist.
Is that right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's man, dope. I should have told bro to come. Man.
Yeah, you should have. It's all good.
Yeah.
This is the type of movie it's probably gonna be a part 2 to it anyhow. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do more. We're gonna talk about this again.
Oh yeah.
Because Menace II Society, I agree, as a grown man, is not entertaining. It's more of a do's and don't.
Yeah. Right. No, basically,
film. This is a film I would play for young men and women, and who are not from here, who are from here, just to show. I don't think Menace II Society was a film to glorify the street life. It was to let you know, to give you an inside peek
what it looks
like, how a boy, a good kid, Mad City, how you can grow up to be a Caine, how you can grow up to be an old dog. You know what I'm saying? And they did a great job of showing where Caine left, where he laid his head. He laid his head in a place that was not fit for children to be in. In any room he went in, there was places that he shouldn't have been. You know what I'm saying? And that's, imagine being 7 years old and you don't have nowhere to hide other than your bedroom. And so, of course, he's gonna grow up to be that. And I think his grandparents got him too late. And on top of that, they weren't doing a good job of trying to steer him in the right direction. Grandfather, you can't just quote scriptures.
Jesus ain't gonna cut it.
Jesus
ain't gonna cut it.
Especially when I walk outside, the safe haven is in the house. I walk outside, and I'm in the Jordan Down projects. If you want me to grow up and be something different, then you can't just say that. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta show me.
I'll be like, Grandpa, where was you at when you was 16, 17, 18? You probably was in Arkansas somewhere or Texas. You wasn't here in these projects, bro. So you might have a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm 18 years old and I have you to tell me, well, you can't relate to what I'm doing, bro. You ain't on the block every day. You're not going to school. You're not going to, you know what I'm saying? You're not doing those things, I'm a grandpa, so you don't know what I'm doing. You don't know how what you're saying is not gonna work for me.
And that's why the only person he respected talking to was Sharif Pops, because he's the only person that came at him like he cared and met him at his level. Like, that's the thing.
100%.
People don't know how to meet people at their level, bro. And that's why it's a lot of people that steer away from church. Because they feel like church is too judgmental. You too holier than thou. You too peachy perfect. But like, nigga, this is where I'm at. Talk to me like you care. And then I'll think about changing. That's why it's important to see what me and Jade do.
Yep.
Because it's like this. We come from this background. Like, and again, just like how we mentioned the movie, we're not glorifying it,
not at
but
all.
we're just giving you some insight and reasons as to why people may act like this or turn out like this.
Mm-hmm.
We're showing you a glimpse of our life. We see a glimpse of your life all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Rolls Royces, fancy shit. You can get a job. You can do all these nice things. But when our criminal record fucked up or things around us that are fucked up that cause us to create these bad reactions to the cards that we're being dealt, like, we can't fix it.
Yeah.
We're scarred for life. Y'all know somebody that can hire y'all up and y'all good, but our face is already a target alone.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's like more so when we do what we do, we showing people from the hood that they can make it out by taking the things that they grew up around or the things that they've been through and creating a career out of it to pull somebody out and also show people the misfortunes of this shit.
Right.
What I love about what you guys do is the one thing that, like, this movie in particular doesn't do a great job of, but there's also a lot of love and humor in the hood as well, right? Like, you know, like some of the funniest moments ever have come at them cookouts and barbecues and being in the back, right? Like, you know, so I love the fact that, like, what you guys do is, you know, you use this environment as a canvas, and this environment can be used as a canvas for whatever story you want to tell.
Yeah.
Whatever music you want to make. Yeah. If you want to make a hardcore depiction, right? Like, you know, or if you want to do 3 strikes, you know what I mean, on a Friday, right? Like, it's all happening here. Yeah. And there's enough stories, you know, there for it all to kind of like manifest itself. What I like about Sharif's pops that was so awesome and subtle is he showed up to the barbecue.
To the hood.
Before he even tried to advocate for anything, he showed up and wanted his plate. Mm-hmm. You niggas don't have to change what you do. Yeah. You don't have to stop smoking. Y'all don't have to stop cursing. Yeah. Show up first before you preach. Right? Like, be present first before you start telling me what to do. If he had came and sat down, you know what I mean?
It started Sharifing.
Exactly. Which is what I think they was asking. They was like, you cool. Yeah. And I know you and Sharif is on the same shit. Why is he so heavy-handed?
I mean, oh God, he said
right. Why is he so heavy-handed?
Yeah, he didn't even address it. He was like, she got to slow on that plate.
Yeah, he's got to slow on that plate. Come on,
he's not there for the politics. He's there to mesh.
Great job by Charles S. Dutton.
Yeah, he did. Great job. I loved him for that. And I think he was so important. That scene in that classroom was, that's what the movie's about. Yeah. Yeah. The scene in that classroom with Sharif, Mr. Butler, and Caine, the movie's about that. Yeah. Menace II Society is about that scene, in my opinion, as in a nutshell. Yeah. Yeah. It's not about the gang banging or the street or the hustling.
It's that lesson right there.
It's that lesson. And what you gonna do, because all we doing is doing what the man wants us to do. Yeah. The man is just the elements, the systematic society.
Yep.
They want us to kill each other off. They want us to be ignorant towards each other. When old boy pressed him about Eilena, that's my cousin, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You dogging her. Yeah. I don't like the way you. She don't like the way you dogging her, and I don't either. Yeah. That's a real life press.
Oh yeah.
He was like, bro. He became aggressive. He didn't come. He kept his distance. Yeah. But he did say, which one of you niggas is Caine? So he's already aggressive.
So it's already that nigga. All right, I'm already on you already.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm on defense. And they end up fighting.
Whenever that nigga shows up in the movie, tragedy follows.
Man.
Tragedy.
That my nigga Junior.
Tragedy follows. Junior. Whenever he shows,
you see him, you like,
somebody's about to die.
And you see this?
As soon as you see him. That's Samuel Moore Jr. Yeah, that's his real name.
When he shows up, somebody's getting raped, fucked up, or murdered.
Nigga, set it off.
Yes, exactly.
My old boy shot with the AP.
Somebody's dying.
Ain't even from Acorn. Hook him up. Hook him up.
That nigga is the black movie harbinger of death. When he shows up,
he's the Grim Reaper.
Yeah. But 7 minutes later, somebody's getting fucked
That's
up.
the nigga I grew up. I mean, it's a few niggas. I ain't say no names, but niggas, when they walk into the room or they get up, they come on the park. Yeah. You be like, oh shit. It's always gonna be something, my nigga.
On my mama.
If he not gonna press you, he gonna press you for not pressing. Hey, nigga, who was that nigga? You know him?
Yeah.
Get at that nigga right now, man. Do something.
Yeah.
All right, nigga, let me go holler to him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, bro, you new here? Like, who do you know? Okay, them niggas back there tripping.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Say it louder. Them niggas back there tripping.
Right. Either press a nigga or I'm gonna press you, nigga.
It's always that shit. But I love what you said because the thing about it was so dope and I didn't realize it till now. Nigga, they taught a lesson inside of a school.
Yeah.
So in a sense, it's putting it already in your mind, nigga. School. What do you think of school? Learning lessons. He gave him some jewels in a lesson in a classroom setting, and I didn't think of that shit until just now when you said it. That's a bar, bro. I love that scene because I love that scene. Because I was looking like, what the fuck Caine doing back in school? But it had its purpose and it had its reason, and it made you listen to it and feel it more. Because the movie. Growing up, me watching, I'm like, okay, this hood shit, this is what I grew up seeing. Right. Okay, boom. I can relate to it.
Yeah, I love it so much because it reminds me of outside.
But that scene when that nigga said, and the hunt is on.
I got goosebumps.
That
last
shit.
Night, I was like, oh, shit.
He said some shit to bro. And that's what made him say, you know what? I am going to go to Atlanta because nobody could get him to go to Atlanta before until he had that conversation.
Like, then he got beat up by the police. Yeah. And then he was in the hospital trying to mend his wounds again. Yeah. And he said, I did a lot of thinking. And I was thinking, man. And of course, his stubbornness was saying no. Yeah. And I'll think about it. And she was pressing. Rhonda was like, are you going to come with me or not? Yeah. And he finally said, yeah, I'm going to go.
That's the tragic, sad part about Caine. Because the whole movie, he just needs a leader.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He just needs he needed his daddy to be a leader. And his daddy what?
Both his role models are in jail and dead.
But he cried. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That was a scene too.
He could not face Fennell.
Because he loved him. Yeah. And said, you was my daddy, bro. Right? Like, there's so much love there. You was my leader. That's bad leadership. He even tried to admit so much. Teach my son better than I taught you, right? Like, from the boys, from
that's
from
what the
from
movie's
the crew,
about.
The grandfather, you know what I mean? Like, no leader, no leader.
A lot of times the leaders become the lifers, that sit their ass down and start thinking and start reading and start putting things in perspective. Yeah, and sometimes it's too late. Like even he said at the end of the film. Cause like he ended up beating up on the dude.
Yeah. And he doubled back.
What would you? And he said, I knew I was gonna have to handle and deal with this nigga later on. Yeah. I didn't know he was gonna come back like that.
Yeah. And I done too much to go forward.
Bar.
Yeah. Like
I done too much to go back, and I done too much to go forward.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
So obviously we got to do a part 2 of this.
Of course.
Because there's a like 50 scenes that we haven't touched on.
Look, I'm gonna say this. Hughes Brothers, if y'all decide to do, you know what I'm saying, Menace II Society 2, let me co-direct that motherfucker. I would love to co-direct that motherfucker. And act in it too, if y'all niggas think.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah.
And where are they, by the way?
So I did some half-ass internet research. One of them is in Czech Republic.
Okay.
Like the last movie that they did together was Book of Eli. That's the last movie that they worked on.
With Denzel.
That they worked on.
Okay. It's still cold. Look at that.
And basically, one of them moved to the Czech Republic. They didn't say where the other one is, but basically, they're probably just like creatively incompatible at the moment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like, and then maybe they come back around and do it again. Yeah. Let's do some awards before we close out. Yeah. So on the podcast, we like to give out awards. Like again, just a gang of scenes that we didn't cover, but I love this conversation.
Right.
This you guys
come back, man.
That's helped me.
Back with us, man. We love to have you back.
Oh, hell yeah.
Helped me. Who's the MVP of Menace II Society? What character is the MVP of the movie?
Okay. This is a tough one, man. To me. No, it's not really tough. I'm gonna say Caine. It was Caine. Of course, he's the main character, but sometimes the main character isn't the MVP. Yeah. But in this case, I think it is because even though he's layered, he's a product. He's a straight up menace. He's a product of his environment. Yeah. He wasn't all rotten. He wasn't a rotten person. He was a kid that that I felt wanted to do good, but didn't know how.
Right.
And so, and then with certain things, the elements that came his way, he went this way. He shoot niggas, robbing niggas, stealing stuff, selling dope. Then he's gonna leave to go to Atlanta with a chick that really cares about him, and he cares about too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that he was on this in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? But things in his past, his recent past, came back super fast.
Yeah.
And super heavy on his ass. So I feel like
that's your MVP.
But he's MVP, yeah, for sure.
Who's your MVP?
I would have to say the same shit like Josh said. Caine. I also want to say O-Dog too, because the thing about O-Dog was a person I could tell, even though they didn't go deep in his character, he was just a motherfucker that was tired and then didn't give a fuck. But if he had gotten a father figure or Sharif Pops to just hang with him and talk to him, he could have changed. But also what is dope is even though Caine and them gone, he still has the opportunity to get it right because he's still alive.
I would love to see how his life ended up.
Ooh, that's like on some John Wick shit.
He just saw the righteous homie. He saw the righteous homie die, and he saw his homie that was going on the same path as him die right at the same time. All right, we get to that in a minute.
I'd pay money for a Menace II Society sequel.
Yeah.
In the John Wick style, starring Larenz Tate's old dog, right? And call it basically like, like the hood's Jason Bourne, right? Like, like
man,
he's weaponized.
He's going to every hood, every
hood.
you know what I'm saying?
Every hood.
Because that nigga Chauncey sent him to jail at the end of the movie when he gave up the tape.
He said
he was gonna kill him. He was on the run. Remember, he was on the run. He said, "I'm gonna kill that nigga unless the police get me first."
Yep.
Yeah.
First nigga he killing is punk ass Chauncey.
Before I give you my MVP, let me ask a question.
Yeah.
Caine wasn't from LA, right?
Caine,
the actor.
Tyrin from LA.
He's from LA?
Is he from LA? Okay.
Yeah. See, that part I didn't know. I keep thinking he was like from Pomona.
I always think he's the illest nigga from Nebraska.
No.
From Belly.
I just found out something about that too. We'll talk about that when we do Belly. Tyrin.
I don't know if he's from LA, but my MVP is the crew. It's his crew. That's who I'm giving the MVP to. Because it would not surprise me if he grew up in St. Louis or somewhere like that. But his crew is so LA.
Yeah.
They so authentically LA. Like Stacy reminds me of so many homies that I hung out with. So to me, the crew, O-Dog included, the way that they surround Caine makes Caine believable.
Right.
Yeah. So without them, first of all, the movie couldn't get made. But without him, everything is like a little bit watered down and inauthentic. The crew is the MVP for me.
But that shows you how dope Stacy is, because Stacy wasn't even an actor, bro. He was just best friends with the Hughes Brothers. And his brother was a writer.
Yep.
So when they threw that nigga in there, he killed that role. You couldn't tell me Stacy.
I'm like, where he at? What other movies he
was strong.
He should be a football player or a cop in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, Tyrin Turner is born July 17, 1972 in Los Angeles.
Okay, all right, LA nigga.
Boom.
Yeah, and even Larenz and his brother, it's a few other brothers too. They from Chicago, but they were raised out here though.
Yeah.
They came out here. I think I used to date a chick that went to high school with him. They went to LA High together.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he knew he wasn't just know nothing about it. He was already LA'd out. You know what I'm saying? West Coast out by the time he popped in there.
Yeah.
He came, I think he came when he was like 10 or 11 or something like that.
Okay.
12 or some shit.
Who's your LVP? Who's the least valuable part of Menace II Society?
I want to call him his actual name, but I can't say it now. It's 2023. Punk ass Chauncey. I want to say the other Chauncey. The other name he had.
Goddamn murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That nigga.
Because you mad at Caine, but you gonna implicate O-Dog too, nigga?
Yeah,
what he do?
Yeah.
Like he didn't have to snitch at all. It was fair and square. You tried to sexually push up on a girl, nigga, and he beat your ass for it, nigga.
Just get the
take
fair.
that L and just leave it
or
alone.
I didn't see you coming. I was drunk that night, nigga. I want that fade again, a real one, sober fade.
I feel like I agree. He's the LVP. I feel like he violated on a couple of different parts. For one, it almost like she was off limits.
Yeah, definitely off limits.
Nobody was really pushing up, but if anybody could, it was like Caine had to pack.
Because everybody had respect for Pernell. That's why everybody was saying, hey, nigga, like, because Sharif was like, I know you ain't trying to ease up on that. He like, nigga, life without parole, nigga, he ain't getting out. Bro, you gotta get that, Caine.
Yeah.
Niggas knew. But that's why he said, "Oh, hating ass nigga, cock blocking nigga, Caine, I love you, baby."
Yeah,
bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
So like that nigga knew.
He was violated.
He knew.
He was drunk, and he was like, "I'm gonna try it tonight.
I'm gonna try it." But
and she about to leave.
All
right, I gotta try to get that box before she did. I got to.
I gotta try.
I've been trying for the last. I've been wanting her for the last 15 years.
Yeah,
I gotta try.
But yeah, everybody. Because Stacey was like, "Man, I know I would."
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Stacey's the homie
knocking it out, huh?
Yeah. And then so even O-Dog was like, "Man, so what Purnell say?"
Yeah.
About me when he was like, "Oh, he cool with it."
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like, it was like, it felt like, Caine comes by, Caine's leaving money, taking care of the baby. If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be him.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, without it being shady. But everybody else, it felt like, nah, you out of pocket.
Yeah.
And he was hella out of pocket.
He was.
So he fucking sucks.
Yeah, man.
Who wins the overacting award?
Oh, man.
It's a lot of overacting.
It's a lot of overacting.
A lot of overacting.
When it comes to game banging shit and hood shit, niggas always overacting.
You
know what I'm saying?
It's the extras.
It's the extras, nigga.
Yeah, you gotta have them.
Everybody damn near. You know what I'm saying? Oh, come on, niggas.
Yeah, he did overdid it. Stay up, Caine. Caine. Like Caine overacted in a lot of scenes.
Yes.
I say the nigga that didn't overact was O-Dog. He was
cool.
To me,
He was
believable
straight.
to me.
Yeah,
but
the whole
everybody
time.
overreacted. The nigga, we supposed to be brothers. The
Supposed
nigga
to be brothers.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah.
But man, it was a star-studded
Bill
cast.
Duke was smooth too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bill Duke scared the fuck out of me as a kid, nigga. As a little nigga, I was like, I don't ever want to meet this man, bro.
Them eyes, nigga.
You know you done fucked up.
He said, and he was like,
You know you
I
fucked up.
bought the beer.
So you bought the beer
at
11:15.
Listen to me, little bitch.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
nigga.
The way they shot it, right?
Yeah,
with the camera rotating.
All right, man. This so much more. We gonna do some.
But who's your overacting? Who wins the overacting award?
Okay, MC8.
MC8.
Uh-huh.
MC8.
Gilles.
It's crazy. He was overacting, not with the hood shit.
Mm-hmm.
When he was happy and having a good time. Oh, what's up,
Nigga,
all that. But when he was doing the game maker shit, cause he a real game maker, he was in pocket there.
Yeah.
He was comfortable. Anything outside of the game making shit, he was like overacting. Yeah.
Who you think? Who's your overacting award?
Fuck, that was a good one. Damn, MCA. Hey,
it's a few other ones. I got another one too.
Damn, I think I it would have to be MC8 for sure. MC8. Did nobody else? I feel like a lot of niggas overreacted, but that's the nigga that stuck out. Because when you said the head and the hand, all that shit was a lot.
I'm just so
when he saw Caine talking to the girl, he was
I'm so surprised and disappointed in you both.
No.
Because it's got to be Caine. It's
No,
got to be Caine.
I said that. I said, stay up, Caine. All that
It's
shit.
got to be.
His facial expressions.
Yeah.
And the liquor store scene, he looked crazy as fuck.
Wounded,
But hold on.
bullet wounded
Hold on.
Caine.
But listen, I promise you, bro. I promise you. Unfortunately, I've witnessed this.
Yeah.
But I thought as a kid, I was like, that nigga doing the most?
Yeah.
I like, he really dying.
Yeah, I seen a nigga be shot.
Yeah.
And I saw a nigga gasping.
Yeah.
And the nigga, you know what I'm saying, unfortunately, and the nigga was eyes was wide as hell, and he didn't die. But I seen the nigga hit by a car and saw the blood and tripping, and we teased him about that. And nigga, I saw the blood, bro. I started tripping. My homeboy Terrell got hit in the head, saw the blood, and he just started crying, screaming, ah! So
that shit freak you out.
It's still overacting, yes. But I seen folks.
I get it. But whatever his version of it is over the top of everything.
Yeah.
Both times.
Like,
everything.
When he gets shot, wounded Caine, overacting.
And the hold on, I'm getting a number.
Yeah.
I'm like, that was a lot.
When Granddad says, Caine, do you even want to be alive? Oh no! Yeah,
Hey,
like everything. For
but
me.
his overacting gave me my shit.
Yeah,
because being from Watts, that's the only nigga that I saw, and then that's why my skits will be like, damn, that's me.
Yeah,
like, it's funny.
I get it. I get it.
It's like that in the hood sometimes. That's why, because I said this was over the top, but it sounds so hard.
Yeah.
So
And
it hasn't. It just hasn't aged well.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's all I'm saying. I love it. I still love this
movie.
movie.
It does to me, I promise you, because I know niggas like that. Because some of the homies, I have one of my partners, man. I love my nigga. I'm gonna put him in some more shit too. He's like, hey, bro, hey, let me get some videos, my nigga. I did a video or two back in the day, like maybe 5 years ago. And he was in my shit. Right, and in real life, he's smooth as fuck, right?
Yeah,
my nigga West Coast. My nigga, he's super smooth.
Turn them lights on.
Action.
Yeah.
Hey, my nigga, I said, bro, chill.
Turn my lights on.
He a hood nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I be.
Yeah. Time for the awards.
Okay.
All right. On a scale of 5 fists, Menace II Society being an all-time classic, to 1 fist, how do you rank Menace II Society?
5 fists.
5 fists. 5 fists. 5 fists.
5 fists. It's not
5 fists.
You get the action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even though from where we're from, it's dramatic. It's not just watching.
Mm-hmm.
It's not watching a army shootout, a military war shootout. It's like it's real life shit, street shit.
Yeah.
But it also was informative in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like it was very informative. It wasn't just talking about niggas out here robbing, stealing, and smashing bras and dipping on their responsibilities. And Eilena, she seemed like a sweetheart, right?
Mm-hmm.
That bitch.
But folks was like, hey man, even Sharif was like, bro, I know a few guys that ran through that, man. I hope you got your Jimmy hat on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was one.
Yeah.
So he know that. So chances are it might not even been his baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he went about it the wrong way. Don't hang up on him. Like, hey, go get a test. Let's figure this out.
Yep.
Anyhow, but yeah, so it's definitely 5 fists for me.
It's 5 black fists for me.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like this movie.
Right.
But this movie is important. It's
Right.
very important. Right? Like, it's not even one of my favorite movies. Right? Like, and I used to watch it a lot.
Yeah.
I watched it last night. Probably won't watch it again for another 5, maybe 10 years until we watch it again. This movie is difficult for me to watch, especially, for my nickname for the show, PTSD.
Yeah.
But I'll be damned if it's not an important movie.
No, it very much is.
And its importance to the culture, its importance for documenting the times.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is what gives this movie 5 black fists. It's one of those cultural pillars.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you want to tell somebody about black people and black culture from a real standpoint, if you want to entertain them, show them Friday. Right? Like, if you want to tell them what it was like in LA in the early 90s.
Menace and Boys in the Hood.
Menace II Society and Boys in the Hood.
Exactly.
It's like an onion, bro. It has so many layers. Like, basically, not having a father or having that support system in your life, becoming a product of your environment, getting caught up in the street life, your death can possibly be because of toxic women in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
There's all these different things that'll show you what it is to be one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And it's one of those movies that's not glorifying shit. It's just giving you a piece of our reality.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Every movie I feel like during the 90s were top tier. Why? Because it was during a lot of time where there was hurt, chaos, and confusion. The riots and all that shit going, like, it was needed.
Yeah.
It was
and
needed.
Hollywood was not involved.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the directors were able to tell the story that once they got the funding, they were able to tell the story that they needed to tell, because Hollywood would have
altered,
modified this in such a way that it might have been unrecognizable.
Yeah.
So that's Menace II Society.
They would have had Blair Underwood playing one of the characters or some shit. I love shout out to Blair Underwood. I'm saying, like,
would have been a white lady at the school. You know what I mean? Like, got him involved in the choir after school.
Right. It would have been
What are you gonna
Ghostwriters.
do with your life, Caine?
Old dog becomes an alto.
It would have been Dangerous Minds.
Yeah, exactly.
Caine,
That's
the
Hollywood's
hunt.
version. That's Hollywood's version of this story.
The hunt is on Caine.
Yeah. The hunt is on.
And you are the prey.
You are the prey.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Hey, man, like, I feel like we just scraped the surface with Menace, but I want to do some more discussion on Menace, another episode. Love to have you back.
Oh, come on.
Hey, man, this is fun. This is dope. Going down memory lane, not for all of us. I get it, because I feel the PTSD as well. But at the same time, it's like, I get it. Look at your face again.
Nah, like, it needs to be done. Still coming from my perspective, I'm still out here in the streets.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling people out through my comedy, and that is the movie that pulled me
Your
out.
videos be terrifying.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
Videos be terrifying.
But I got to. Like, God is using me and my struggle and what I've been through because my father was murdered.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with me going through that, it's teaching me to teach somebody. So, like, it's hard to say, but this is my reality. This is my truth. This is my gift and my curse. This is what God gave me, and this is what I got to use to pull people out.
Right. Facts.
So, bam.
Right.
Message.
Yeah, message.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On that note, we're going to end on that note, bro. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
my nigga.
All
Bro,
love, man.
yes, sir. Always got to do it
Appreciate
again for sure.
PTSD.
PTSD.
Tony.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Tony.
Yeah,
Mr.
Mr.
Tony.
Tony.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's just
Hey,
say
man.
I won't be in LA until Thanksgiving. I'm gonna need a good 3 months.
Hey, man, I was just
before I go south of the 10.
I was just at Slauson, shit, 2 days ago.
Yeah,
man.
I was just at Angela's funeral on Friday.
You went by yourself?
My wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
God bless her. Because,
Yeah.
nigga, I my family be like, hey, come into Slauson. I'd be like, I don't know. Like, you know who Hood Day it is today? Because they might be getting an Airbird t-shirt.
It all depends. And so here's the thing.
Never.
I be going by myself though.
Yeah.
And now it's a little easier because I'm more recognizable.
Yeah, they
And
respect
now,
you.
So niggas pull up and they show love. I be going to the little chicken spot in the back eating this shit.
A crispy, crunchy chicken.
Yeah, that shit
To
fire.
the max.
To the max. Should be fired. So nah, man. And I get it. I'm also stupid. You know what I'm saying? Still a little bit too. So,
And we didn't even talk about gentrification in the same area.
yeah,
Right? Like, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
which is a whole
That's
nother
what they
variable.
want.
Nigga, it's white people that own the Slauson.
It's a whole nother
It's owned by
variable.
white people.
Yes.
Sell that crispy,
crazy,
crunchy
bro.
chicken.
It's another
That's
variable.
crazy,
Yeah.
bro. I hate to hear that,
Another
man.
podcast.
Another podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on part 2, man.
Yeah.
Once again, man, watch homie Quan, man. Shout out to you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Love you, bro. I'm glad you came.
Thank
and
you,
we definitely gonna have you back for part 2 and even other films too.
Come on. Let's
You know
go
what I'm
around.
saying? So that's it for the day. We went maybe a little too long.
No, we good.
But yeah, my boy, what's up? Yeah, man. Catch us next time, man. We did Menace II Society. We're gonna probably do a second portion of this film as well.
Yeah.
It's just that important to us.
Oh, yeah. Come
You know
on.
what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Catch us next time. BlackBusters, biggjah.
PTSD tone.
with the humble voice. With the humble
I just want to
voice.
get off the bus, guys.
I just want to get off the bus.
Back door.
Yeah, back
door.
Back door.
Now approaching Crenshaw and Manchester.
And Manchester, oh man, they had that fat burger heavy, waiting for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That 7-Eleven is gonna be crucial. Yeah. You get anxiety walking over there, man.
Back
Oh,
door.
God.
Hey man, my brother used to live right there on 8th Ave.
Yeah.
Right, you just walk across the street, go to 8th Ave.
What up,
That
Bob?
Rally Burgers, bro. Man,
Yep.
the wings is good, nigga, but it's the price to pay when you over there.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah, for real. All right, man. Much love to y'all, man. Catch us next time. Be good or be good at it. We out of here, man. Pew to the max.
BlackBusters.